Roller coaster capital of the year. America's rock and roller coast. Ride on. Those are three very popular slogans that you will hear if you attend Cedar Point. Cedar Point has become a place that is super significant to me. I started going there when I was 8 years old, and I have gone almost every single summer since, and some summers even multiple times. And there are so many reasons why Cedar Point has become a significant place to me, but a few of those are just the variety of rides that Cedar Point has to offer, the way it brings my family together, and the overall environment that just brings back nostalgia. So for starters, I love Cedar Point because of the diverse selection of rides. They have something for all ages, the littles all the way up to like full-grown adults, and for everyone in between. They have a natural progression, and it's just super cool that they make sure they include everyone. So there's just something for all the families. Not only do they have something necessarily just based on like age, because you have to be a certain height for safety reasons to ride certain rides, but they also have something for all levels of like comfortability. So whether you're a thrill seeker or you're just kind of there for the vibes, they have something for you. So if you want to like ride a tame roller coaster, you can hop on the Gemini, or you can go ride Top Thrill Dragster. So again, something for everyone. They also try to keep this diverse selection up by releasing a new ride every single year or updating an old one. So there's always something to look forward to, and you never really can get bored. Also, it's a place that has brought my family together. So we all have enjoyed it, and so we can bond over that, and that is super cool to see and just experience like a place that just brings your entire family together. That just becomes very valuable to you, I feel like. We also just have shared nostalgia there, which I'll kind of get into my specific nostalgic moments there. But I just love that we have these shared memories, and it's just amazing the way that literally just walking through those gates and my whole family just feels put together and whole, and it's just amazing to have a little place that's just so special to us. Another thing is that my brother and I, when we were younger especially, were so obsessed with Cedar Point. We had a little Cedar Point club is what we called it. So we would literally rollerblade around my basement, and we would be talking about the new ride they were gonna be releasing, or what new ride we wanted, and we would just be talking about Cedar Points for hours on end. So that was just a really special way that it brought him and I together. Lastly, the overall environment of Cedar Point just brings back so many nostalgic memories. When I was younger, I used to be petrified of roller coasters. I was so scared to try new things, but it definitely like got me to overcome so many fears and just know that I can do things that I'm scared of. But one of those examples is the first ever like big roller coaster I went on. It was Magnum. If you've been to Cedar Point, you know what I'm talking about. But it's like not that crazy of a roller coaster, but to me it was something new, and I was literally crying in line. My parents were like, just stay in line, like it'll be okay. I was crying up the hill, but immediately after I was like, oh my gosh, can we do that again? And kind of a very similar story with the ride Gatekeeper. I was so scared, but I was so happy that my parents were like, just try it, and I overcame my fears, which is super cool to like just reflect on and be like, wow, you did that. Another moment or memory that I have is that when we were younger, we used to actually camp there. So we'd stay there for a whole entire weekend. It was so fun. There was just so many memories there. We used to go with a group of friends. And so we'd wake up, kind of like take our time because there was really no rush to get into the park. And then we'd go hit like a handful of rides, and then we'd go back for lunch, and then if it was a warm enough day, then we would actually go to the water park and enjoy the water park, and then later on go back into Cedar Point, and then you could ride the rides with all the lights, and it was just so fun to go there and be there for an entire weekend. And then another example of staying there was when I was younger. For I believe it was my 13th birthday, we went to Cedar Point. So we stayed at like an off-site hotel, but I went there. I brought one of my friends with me. My brother brought his girlfriend with him at the time, and it was just such a fun time, and it's a really memorable birthday for me. So this is why those are a few reasons why Cedar Point is one of my favorite places to visit. The variety of rides, the way it brings my family together, and just the overall environment that brings back so many nostalgic memories. So if you get the chance, highly recommend going to Cedar Point. It's just a couple hour drive, and they always have a Michigan deal, so that's a plus. But yeah, I highly recommend it because it's been super significant to me.